What's up, everyone? So we got another night dive session right here, going for California Spiny Lobster again. We're in Southern California, and it's an awesome night. The conditions were just perfect this night. Super flat, I think like half-foot swells, and it was just great. So I go ahead and clear my goggles while I'm on these rocks before I get in the water, making sure everything's all right and getting completely set up. Then I move over to these rocks where we sit down, put on our fins, and then get in the water.
Where it gets murky.
So once I'm in the water, you can see that I'm following pretty close behind my buddy. I figured out pretty quickly that if I swim directly behind him, I'm cheating a little bit and I'm able to avoid some of this kelp. So another quick tip that I can give is if you're going out in a buddy pair, which you should always be going out in a buddy pair, especially at night, and you're dealing with heavy, thick kelp like we are right here, then your stronger swimmer of the group can go in front, and then you can go right behind him and hopefully get a little bit less of the fight of the kelp. Anyways, we start diving pretty quickly once we're out to a spot that we like, and I think pretty fast I see my first lobster of the night right here in this crack. There he is. I go ahead, try to get him. I go around to the other side and I can see him even better, and then he just takes off to the side and he's gone again. So it was unfortunate. I was a little bit disappointed, but that was the very first dive of the night, so I can't be too mad.
Right below us, I just missed it. He's big.
It's alright, it's okay. There'll be another time.
Yeah, and my buddy was completely right. There will be plenty of other opportunities to catch some others. So you can hear my ears equalize just now again. I wasn't too stuffed up, but it's just a normal thing for me. So I go again on this dive, and I do see one more lobster right about here. He's in this cave, and I go for the grab, and he is out of there. He goes straight underneath me, and I completely miss him again.
Tuna.
We just keep covering ground because that's what we'll get. Let's make our way slowly.
So the tactic for getting lobster is just like my buddy said right there, cover as much ground as possible. Obviously you got to cover that ground under the water, so you got to take your time and make sure you're being calm. So I actually had just seen another lobster, but of course this piece of kelp gets in the way. I make my grab, and I'm actually upside down right now looking into that cave. And once I get a good hold on him, I go ahead and bring him up to the surface. I am super stoked because that's going to be my first legal lobster.
I'll have to check him, but I think he's good.
It looks pretty good. Well, put it between his eyes.
Yep.
And pull down on the eyes. Drop it. Come on, buddy. Up a little higher between the eyes. Keep going in and pull down on there. Does it look good? Alright, put it in the bag, bro.
So yeah, I was pretty happy about this guy because he was my first legal lobster ever, and he was in the bag, and we were set, at least no skunk. You can see that I'm fighting pretty thick kelp, but right here I find another shelf, and under this shelf I see an abandoned hoop net with a lobster right behind him, but I'm right at the end of my breath, and I just plan to go hit this shelf again one more time after I can breathe up and go properly. But I thought it was really cool to see that hoop net there.
In a big old cave.
Once I catch my breath and breathe up, I go down again and I check out this cave a little further, and you can see a shark eye right there. And there's his fin. And one more time, this is going to be that big old tail fin right there. This shark was about 6 foot long, and I was not going to go into that cave. The lobster was actually just past him. My only presumption is that it was a big leopard shark. Not fully sure though.
There's a big old bear shark in there.
I didn't see a shark, I thought it was a fish.
There's a big ass fish.
So yeah, I left that cave in that entire spot pretty quickly after that. I wasn't going to stick around and find out what type of shark it was. Didn't find any need in doing that, even though it was a pretty cool encounter. So back to checking the cracks and crevices all along these rocks. And I think I see one right about here. Yeah. I turn myself, my entire body upside down to get this guy and kind of wrestle him back into that corner. I'm able to grab him, and I can instantly tell that he's pretty short, but I go to the surface just to double check with myself.
He's short.
Was that whole fruit full or keep moving?
He's short. It's not very many in there. This is the only one I saw.
So we started hitting this time of night where the lobster were out and roaming around now. It tends to always be this way, and you'll hit that certain point of night where, just like this one right here, he was out and you're able to make an easier grab on the lobster. Now you still got to find a good area in order for this to be true, but yeah, I think this guy ended up being a keeper. You can see again, I am in super thick kelp. You can hear how heavy I'm breathing. I was moving around a lot underneath there and really fighting that kelp. Just really needed to catch my breath after that dive.
I have a feeling this is the one that you just threw.
Yeah, so just prior to this, my buddy right there who's making sure I don't shallow water black out, he had caught a lobster and he threw it back, and I did a dive right after, and I'm pretty sure that was the same one, and he was short still. But oh well, there's the next dive. Once I hit the bottom, I find this really nice shelf overhang, and I'm seeing several different lobster, and I go to what I think is the biggest ones in the area, and I really have to crawl into that cave. And it's just chaos as soon as I reach for that lobster. He hits me in the face, and I pin him with my elbow in between my elbow and my ribs. It was really funny once I get to the top.
I caught him with my elbow.
What? You caught it with your elbow?
Yeah, he's right here still. Yeah. He's pinned up against my body and my elbow. I can't reach around and grab him yet. It's a big one, I think. Look bigger in the hole, I think, than I think he feels. I think it's keeper though.
Keeper's a keeper, dude.
Can't get out of the kelp.
I know,
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's good.
Oh yeah.
I think it's very close, but we could remeasure on shore too, dude.
Isn't it higher up through the eye though?
Yeah, higher up through the eye, straight between. Well, it's not going into the carapace, so I think.
Cool.
I think it's good. And then remeasure on shore.
Yep.
I would like to point out that he had a really nice gauge, which I have now switched over to. His gauge was on his flashlight and a lot easier to find than the one that I had attached to my belt, tied to a string. So this was an awesome dive because there's lots of structure, as you can see, but right here out in the open is this massive bug, and when I get up to the top you can see how excited we are.
Yeah.
You don't even have to measure, bro.
Nope.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great one. Get your breath up. Get your breath up.
Oh, hold on tight.
Yeah, hold that tight, dude. Make sure none of them escape too.
Yeah. This is gonna like max out my bag's limit.
Well, good thing you caught one. I'll probably catch another one. Cause I don't think I could keep diving with a cramped up left leg.
So both my dive buddies were getting pretty tired at this point.
You're done?
So I think we decided to call it a night and only hit a couple more dives on the way in. I was pretty shallow right there and didn't find anything except for that small little bug. But this dive was also super awesome. This was the final dive of the night, and I came home with my second biggest lobster as well. And this right here is just an ideal grab. Right there, right behind, pin him to the rock and bring him up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's good, dude.
Oh yeah.
Holy
I don't know if I have room.
I only had 3 lobster in my bag, but this was the first time I was using this bag and wasn't sure about its capacity size. I probably had a lot more room to put more in there, but I mean, you can see right here, it's looking pretty full. And not gonna lie, it was also starting to become a problem swimming around with it.
His tail's sticking out.
Yeah, baby. Alright.
Yeah. Let's go in.
Yeah, if you didn't catch that one, I would never have gone down.
So that's going to be our final dive of the night, and it was such a great night altogether. Here's our catch right here. My one buddy got 1 of the bugs, my other buddy got 3, and then I finished off the night with 4 solid bugs. And these lobster tasted delicious. You can see right here is going to be my catch, and my biggest one compared to my hand was super awesome. And then a delicious meal that we made with the lobster. It's a grilled lobster with a side of lobster mac and cheese and an awesome, delicious lobster roll and a little corn just to top it off and finish off our meal. Anyways, again, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.